Welcome one and all to Bike Racing Without Mercy, with the second of 3 films from the Haute Route Dolomites. And what you're seeing on your screens right now is a little taste of what's to come in the third and final video, where we go racing in cycling heaven. Today's movie captures the mad lycra-clad dash to our date with Bicycle Nirvana on the Haute Route Queen stage, racing through exquisite Italian hilltop villages and the stairway to heaven, Passo Falzarego. Stage 4 of the Haute Route Dolomites looms, ending with a beautiful Passo Falzarego, but 140 kilometers, 4,000 meters of elevation. The level of concern is high.
And we'll see what it's got in a pencil. Nice and easy in the neutral convoy team, okay? Play safe, play nice.
I'll take my lead from someone who's done the Haute Route Alps recently. Leisurely pace is the way to go. I am officially the Lanterne Rouge. I bet the good people at Trento are loving this. Us blocking a dual carriageway at rush hour. Time to settle into BAU, or so I thought. Progress through the various packs as if in Watopia and finish around 55 to 60. Well, that was the plan. But, as you'll see when I cross the finish line, it was reassuringly expensive in terms of time hemorrhaged to start at the very back of the 400 taking part. That's because this stage was basically one long, beautiful and engaging, yet draggy climb for the first 80 km. And in a rapid, but not too rapid mind, group, the undisputed power of the peloton would have saved energy and enhanced my speed. Same as Crispin Del Nero from the beautiful US state of Georgia, who you all met, I hope you see what I did there, in the first video, and will be reunited again in the third. Number 532, Chris Beardsley was a glutton for punishment, having just completed the Haute Route Alps. I loved his style, no stress, just fast-paced enjoyment. Stark contrast to my own, well, shall we say, high-maintenance, ball of nervous energy approach to life in general. I really do need to apply a bit of Chris's magic. Anyway, huge kudos to all of those with the big diesel engines who take on the Haute Route Double Crown. There was plenty of flat and even a few descents in the first part of this long climb, in turn allowing the feel-good endorphins to flow as the speed came up in and amongst the various different groups. I was feeling in good nick here. I mean, who wouldn't, racing through scenes such as these, life-affirming to the max. Those who have watched the channel for a while know that I love, and I do mean love, to climb through beautiful villages. Tourism at Threshold is my kind of thing. And as always, Italy delivered with the ride. I mean, Race out of Trento providing a true revelation, supplying charming Italian decay, vistas, speed and exhilaration. I'll let the road and music do the talking.
Your favourite?
As you can see here, after the neutralised section ended, the first hour was rapid, 25 kilometers an hour and 222 watts. I've got to tell you, there was a fair bit of unremarkable scenery and plenty of ascent, all omitted from the edit. No need to thank me, my pleasure. But as you can see, one thing was becoming eminently clear. We were gradually ascending into a land of milk and honey, draped upon imposing and divine geology. A tough 80 kilometres and 2,000 metres of elevation to the feed stop. The second of the two, we missed the first. Decent average power, deceptively relentless. I was ready for my picnic.
Well, it is time for the good ship HMS Reluctant to set sail for part 2 of stage 4. Wish me luck.
I stayed on top of my carb intake, about 80 to 90 grams an hour, and hydration, including the electrolytes, and also had a nice little picnic with Sports Tours International at the feed stop. And save for a bit of a low patch before the feed, I was deploying consistent power and speed. Not exactly earth-shattering, mind, but decent and consistent, flavoured tempo. Passo Falzarego starts and ends in considerable style. There is a fair bit in the middle that's less than memorable, but I should emphasise that in the Dolomites the bar for memorable is exceptionally high.
Yeah, he's one hell of a guy, isn't he? Yeah.
And one very accomplished gentleman as well as a cyclist. The beginning of Passo Falzarego is truly top class. Forgive me a quick plug for the final video from this trilogy, which delivers a fast pace and is for sure one of the most beautiful we've ever made, right up there with the Fred Whitten and the Gran Fondo Strada Bianche. Please do check it out when it lands and plan your own adventures in cycling heaven.
Go, Kenneth. Come on. This is hard, isn't it? Very hard, this.
Kenneth from Norway had accompanied Paul and I through some of the attritional draggy slog that preceded this, but clearly he'd been a little bit less generous in his picnic time. I mean, scientific refueling of carbohydrates and electrolytes.
Go on, Simon. Cheers.
It really was feeling increasingly tough as we got into this climb. I guess the stage overall was like squeezing in 3/4 of a Marmotte into a 5-day event. And remember, the final climb up Alpe d'Huez and Marmotte is proper emotional. A last few like me who'd missed the quick groups early on and individually slogging it out in search of the Holy Grail, cycling heaven on Dolomites. With the kilometres in the legs building and the altitude rising but the oxygen falling, Passo Falzarego was an absorbing and challenging ascent, notwithstanding the fact that the average gradient was forgiving. My power was 217 watts, 16.4 kilometres an hour, placing me 713 out of the 9,600 who've recorded it on Strava. I was also in the top 4% for my age group. A good climb and a decent ride overall, but too much time lost elsewhere. And as alluded to at the start of the video, by riding as a pair alone for much of the stage, and notwithstanding Paul's massive diesel engine, I lost a lot of time and placed 90th on the day.
And we got Philip GB, good work team.
Dropping overall from number 54 to 69. Therefore, I vowed solemnly to take back time on the final stage. Yes, I am at time.
It was possibly the toughest day I've ever had on the lake.
All together now.
I went to Main Road to see Oasis. This is beautiful.
She knows it's too late. She's walking on by.
Beautiful, Fergus, beautiful. You are the man.
I'm not sure. He's slightly tone deaf. But it's all about the spirit. Here we go, here we go. We're coming in. We got Willy Will from Ireland.
Without a doubt, the hardest 6 hours I've ever had on a bike, but proper uplifting. Definitely my best fitness since the crash as well. Feel super elated, and thanks to Paul, the single-handed peloton Hamlet, for dragging me through, well, the flat stroke low upward incline stuff. Proper emotional that was.